I work with a lot of wonderful people from Africa, and they've taught me a little bit about, and one thing I will tell you about living in sort of heart spaces, which is where I live, and working with people all over the world, is that time and space seem to collapse. And I've just gotten less and less worried about, oh, it's got to, in our Western, we're like, got to be on time, we got to be there, got to be there. And it's like, really? What would happen if we were 5 minutes late? Nothing.
You know, they call that Hawaiian time or island time or Fiji time.
Yeah.
Very, very true in the island cultures as well.
Yeah. Yeah. To be on time is, yeah.
And you know, and I think that what I'm just learning is that it's just let it go and really allow ourselves to feel into God's time and the time of the universal time, that frequency of the universe. And so, yeah, so I just don't let it get, and people don't show up. It's like they're here because they're supposed to be here. They're not supposed to be here. And I will say that a lot of people show up for these things. Will and watch the replay. So and that's okay too. We just want to help educate people in the world how they can get their word out there and how they can be successful and how they can help raise the vibrational frequency of the planet. Because I think that's where we're going to solve our problems. And that's what I really like about TikTok. And is the fact that I'll tell you, Elaine, I'm so glad you kind of got me steered this direction, and that's why you're here. And I'll tell you, and we can go ahead and kind of start talking here. We're just going to hear. Let me introduce the show, and then we'll start talking.
Yeah.
It's a very casual show, as you see. Oh, we got somebody else joining us. Great, that's fantastic. So, anyway, my name is Martin Coward, and I'm a spiritual teacher and a prosperity mindset coach. And I work primarily with gay, bi, and trans business leaders and thought leaders in the world to try to help us all raise our vibrational frequency to make a difference in the world. And when I was intimidated by TikTok because I saw all these people dancing and acting crazy. And I thought, well, that's not for me. I'm not sure I could do that. Mm-hmm. And then Elaine says, well, take a look. And I got to tell you, I love it. And this is why I like it. I'm a gay man, and I grew up in South Georgia, and I didn't know what gay was. I was just a kid, but I knew I wasn't a normal boy. And to me, going out on that playground was kind of painful because I didn't really enjoy doing what normal boys did. I'd rather go out, hanging out in left field looking for daisies or something. I was kind of like that Fernando's bull. I'd rather go pick up roses or go out and do something else. It just didn't entertain me. But TikTok is giving me an opportunity to go out in this great big play field and be Martin. And share my message the way Martin wants to. I mean, like, for example, when I was a kid, I loved to turn on the stereo and play like Dinah Ross and the Supremes and dance and mimic and lip sync to Stop in the Name of Love, And I can do that. Mm-hmm. I can do that now because I'm not out there trying to entertain someone. I'm just out there trying to be me and express myself in the best way that I can and be my authentic self. Mm-hmm. And I do have a very powerful message out there in the world. I think the more we get into the more we're able to be our authentic selves, the more we're being able to feel into our own skin and be really true to our message and give people information that's going to help raise that vibrational frequency in the way you authentically know how to do that. Mm-hmm. That's what I think is so powerful about TikTok.
Yeah.
And so I just want to say, and I want to throw out one more thing I want you to think about. I want you to answer this question for me, Nick. I have an innovative idea that I want to share with Rachel by now. This is my idea. So Rachel, if you or your producers are listening, I want you to give me a call. This is the idea. What if you could use your platform, your national news platform, to turn the world into a think tank? Instead of us having watched the news from the side of the goodies and the baddies, and looking at the past and projecting it into the future of doomsday, we're never going to solve a problem because nothing happens in the future the way it happened in the past in the first place. It just makes us feel fear. But what if we took it and we changed it a little bit? Mm-hmm. What if we took it and we changed it and we said, okay, we're going to turn our newscast into an opportunity to turn the world into a think tank. And it's going to look a little bit like this. We're going to spend 20 minutes, 20% of every segment on talking about what the problem is. And then we're going to go to 20% of talking about with thought leaders and change agents in the world about what are the possible solutions that are outside the box. So the people at the end of the segment are feeling uplifted. Their vibration is higher. And they're like, I want to get, I've got an idea that might help solve like the problem in the Ukraine and Russia right now, you know? It's gonna get, I don't even watch, I can't stand to hear if I watch NBC, but it's all about their perspective of what happened in the past and how horrible it's going to be in the future. We're going to end up in a nuclear holocaust. Well, I doubt that's really going to happen, but it doesn't make me feel very good. So what if we changed that around? What if we disrupted that? And I want to get that message out to her. So I want you to tell me how I could use TikTok to get that message out to her.
Okay.
Right? I'm going to turn it over to you, and it's kind of giving you my intro. And Ellen is a TikTok expert, and I met her through the Unstoppable Entrepreneur, and I just really like her a lot. And I'm really excited about what she's going to share with us today about how we can use TikTok to be better at getting our message out to the world to make a difference.
Yeah. So, and hi, Gretchen. How you doing, honey? It's so good to see you. So Gretchen and I are both in Polka Dot Powerhouse, and then Diane and I are both in the KS Media Group. So, you know, being able, it's kind of cool. Y'all showed up. So thank you. So I know Gretchen's on TikTok. I don't see you posting any videos though.
That's because I don't know what I'm doing. And
okay.
So that is why I am
glad you're here.
So that I can learn what to do properly.
Right. Yeah, what to do. Diane, have you started yet? Have you created an account or anything? No. Okay.
Nope. And in full disclosure, you know, I pay someone else to post my social media for me. I kind of came into the social media world kicking and screaming and kind of throwing a tantrum about not really wanting to be a part of it. And I'm at a point now where I see some value in it. But I'm like, technology in general is just not my high level thing. So I need somebody like you who can say, this is what's possible. Here's how you do it. Here's step 1, 2, and 3. And I'll be on the back end for you if you don't know how to get it from point A to point B. So I'm the brandest newbie possible to the whole TikTok realm.
Okay. So the first thing I would say is step 1 is you need to create an account. And I'm going to show you, basically, I learned a hard lesson when I created my account. When I first created my account, I created a business account because I thought having my link in my bio was the most important thing. And what it actually did was restricted me with the sounds that I could use. And so it made it really difficult in order to kind of follow the trends and in order to kind of increase my visibility because I was really restricted. So here's what I tell people is you can link your Instagram and you can link your YouTube. Well, guess what? In Instagram, I have a link in my bio, right? So I kind of direct people if there's something I'm saying that they want to get access to, you know, Instagram has, you can easily find it on my It's just click a button, there it is, boom. Once I get to 1,000 followers, then I can have a link in my bio, right? On a personal account. So I would say start with a personal account. It was kind of embedded in our brains. Remember, like when Facebook was like, you can't talk about business on your personal account, right? So my brain said, I need to start with a business account if I'm going to talk about business. And that's not the case. Okay. So don't feel like you have to start on a business account if you have a business. So start with a personal account. It will open up much more opportunities for you to be able to kind of use some of the trending sounds. So essentially, before you start creating content, I would say, what do you want your channel to be about? What do you want people to know you for? Okay, so there are creators that I follow that I can anticipate and expect that their content is going to be pretty similar, right? You see the people that do cooking, they make certain meals, and that's what you expect from them. That's what you expect. So it's like anticipating. Then there are people that their whole channel is about the dancing trends, right? That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to show off their amazing dance skills that I do not possess. Good for them, right? So you want to be able to figure out what your channel, what do you want to be about before you start posting content. Because your first kind of 5 videos, and this is, again, I'm teaching you from the mistakes that I made. At first, I treated TikTok like Instagram Reels. Not the same. Not the same. In fact, I tell people, don't post the videos that you make on Instagram Reels or on TikTok to the vice versa platform, because otherwise TikTok gives special treatment to original content. They will push your content out if it is original and not anywhere else on the internet. Okay, so now here's the thing. I can certainly make 2 separate videos, 30-second videos, lip syncing to a song, and post them on completely different platforms with a completely different message, but they're completely different, right? So it's not me just reposting what I already did. Because if it's organic in that platform, it's more likely to be seen by more people. So just be really mindful of that.
So let me ask you a question, because I know that because my Instagram account is on my, it is connected to my TikTok.
Yeah.
And right now it's set up so when I post a TikTok, that video automatically goes over to Instagram and I can post it as a reel. You're telling me not to do that? I'm
telling you not to do that. And
okay.
The reason is because in their recent update, they are giving preference to original content that is nowhere else on the internet. Now, you also want to be mindful of, if people are following you in both places and they see the exact same content, what's going to make them want to engage with it? It's a duplicate. It's like watching a rerun. I don't know about you, but personally, I get annoyed when I go and I'm scrolling reels and I'm seeing the same thing that I saw, because I follow the same person in multiple places and it's the same content. I'm like, bored. I already saw that. Nothing new. Right. So just same concept, just do something a little different.
So let's just say I'm going to do I've got an idea for a content. Mm-hmm. What you're saying is to create 3 different videos. One, and I post mine on Facebook Reels too. And I've been posting them on LinkedIn. Yep. You're suggesting that we do that. We do 3 different for every one, we do a 15, 30-second minute, whatever we do, we do one. It could be similar content, but each one should be a specific original.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yep. Original content is really what the platforms are looking for.
Okay. Right? That's a great
all platforms or just TikTok?
Most platforms are looking for original content. Yeah. And that's native to their platform. So if you were to upload a video that you made on TikTok into Instagram Reels and it has the sound from TikTok and everything, and it's going to recognize that it's not native content. It's not original content because the sound is coming from somewhere else. Right? So for example, yesterday I created an Instagram Reel and woke up with over 3,000 views on it. I'm like, what the hell? Like, that normally does not happen, right? It would not get the same effect if I posted that on TikTok. Because the trends are different on the different platforms. The trends are different. If you've started noticing, TikTok Reels is more really about the short, quick lip sync. That's kind of what I started noticing. It's about very short, quick lip syncs. And TikTok, they're really trying to push more longer form content and are going to be dripping out. Creators will have up to 10 minutes soon because they're trying to compete with YouTube. See what I'm saying?
Right. So let's go back down to the original video itself. Mm-hmm. And one of the reasons why I like I'm not very technical savvy. So one thing I liked about the TikTok is that they gave you all these great tools to create these cool images with the tags and things like that. But and then I think you said to me, here's a source where you can make your videos offline. I make the videos on my phone. I just make a video on my phone.
Yep.
Now they're sitting there as a video on my phone.
Yep.
And now I got to turn it into something that's going to be more exciting. I've got to have some captions and all that. What's the best way to do that? I was doing it on TikTok and it was great, TikTok music, all that kind of stuff. But I'm wondering, would it be better to have another source to create the whole video, music, effects, and all that kind of stuff, and then upload that to TikTok? Is that the better way to do it or not?
So this is what I do. This is the strategy that I use. So I love to share marketing tips. Like that's kind of my thing. Okay. So and right now I'm doing a series. So if you have a way to kind of drag content into a multiple part series, right now I'm doing 52 plus marketing strategies. That is my what I'm using my platform for right now. But then I sprinkle in other things. So here's what I do. If I'm making a video that is talking about that thing, I record it in my camera. I upload it to InShot. I paid for the paid version was $10 for the entire year. The other app that you could also use is CapCut, and that is free. And they each do different things. So if you want to have auto captions and doing it in fun ways, CapCut is a good way to do that. If you want to get really savvy and do masking and weird transitions, CapCut is a way to do it. If you're looking for simple, InShot is the platform to do. And I trim. So I record my videos typically in small little segments. Because then I can cut out my ums or anything like that I typically do. Say it again, but being able to, you want to edit your videos where you're trimming the ends and making it short and sweet. You have like 2 seconds to capture someone's attention, and why should they watch your video? So you want to make sure that you're cutting off that first before you start talking. Cut it off, right? Trim it. And then I save it, and then I can immediately upload it to TikTok. Now, one thing, Martin, that I want to point out for you, I've been noticing with your videos, I really want you to be mindful of this, is that when you add sound, you want to make sure that the volume of what's called the added sound is way down in like the 7%, 10%, because it's hard to hear you over the music. Right? So it's okay to have music in the background, but you don't want it to be at the same volume of you speaking. So just be mindful of that and make sure you share that with ABBA, that, making sure that the volume of the music is less than the volume of you speaking.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. Yeah. And here's the other thing. People will do this is they will, especially creators that are trying to educate you about how to use TikTok, they will include the trending sound in the video, but you can't hear it at all. It's on 0, right? Because they're trying to tell you, go use this sound to make a video. And that's how they link the sound, is they put it in their video, but then you click on it and now you can go see what is everybody doing with this sound. And then you can save it. If you're like, oh, this is fun, I'll do that later, you can save it to your favorites. So you can go back and find it again. And when you go to find the sound, you just go to your favorites and boom, there it is, right? You can go in and find it easily. Otherwise, it will take you forever sometimes to find the sound, especially if someone created the sound and they did not name it in a way that makes it easily to find. That can be a challenge. So make sure when you find a sound, you're scrolling and you find sounds, save them to your favorites. It will make it so much easier. I have like 200 and some odd sounds saved to my favorites, just to make it easier to find.
That's really helpful to know. So now let's go back to now. So you've made a video and you've trimmed it on this InShot,
Yep.
InShot.
Yep.
And then you posted it to TikTok.
Yep.
You got this, you got it like you wanted. Now you don't take that same, now it's a separate content at this point. You wouldn't take that same content the way you edit it and put it on Instagram. You would create a whole different.
This is what I might do. I might edit the video in a different way, because remember, I can do up to 3 minutes on TikTok. And because I'm doing a series, my videos might be a little longer. Well, Instagram Reels, you have up to a minute. So what I might do is take that same video and just splice it up in a different way. Same, but it still thinks it's original content because it's not identical.
Got it.
Right. So what's the
yeah.
meat? What is the meat of that video? Instead of it being 3 minutes, and I can trim it down. Can I trim it down to 30 seconds? Right? What's the meat? And so that then can be considered original content. It's not identical.
And then I can do the same thing on Facebook. I can go to a reel, and I can take a little slightly different variation. And I think they like 30-second reels over there.
Yeah. And probably less, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Diane's been patiently raising her hand. Let's see what she's got.
Yeah.
Well, I just have a question about, are you using an app on a phone? Is InShot and CapCut's an app on a phone?
Yes.
Or can you access that on a PC and do your editing on a PC or a Mac?
Okay. So here's the thing. You absolutely, I will tell you this. It's a little tricky. I'm not going to lie, because I have figured out a way. You can upload videos to TikTok via your desktop. However, you don't have access to the sounds. You don't have access to the music. So if it's just a video of you speaking, then you could absolutely use that. It's going to be a little different. And the one feature that I like is that you can schedule. So that's kind of cool. You can schedule via the desktop, but you cannot schedule via the TikTok app. Okay, so there's that difference. You can, I'm aware that there are people that edit their videos. They take their videos with a professional camera and they edit their videos, and then somehow they get it onto their phone in order to upload it to the app in order to get the music. So that is possible. You just want to make sure that you are in, this way versus, portrait versus landscape when you are doing your videos. Because, I, as a former photographer, I know that your camera goes landscape, not portrait. So you want to make sure that you're editing everything as portrait.
Thank you.
Okay. Yep. So would it be helpful if I show you guys kind of a very quick, like how to upload a video? Would that be helpful?
Sure. You want to share the screen?
Well, I was trying to figure out a way to do it. I don't have an iPhone, so I can't, because I was like, oh, I wonder, I was on Zoom trying to figure out if I could share no, I can't do it. I tried. So technology was not working with me this morning. So this is my profile. Okay. So in here, there's an edit profile button. That's where you're going to add everything you want in here. So this is where you're going to be able to put your name, your username. It'll have your TikTok link. You can add your pronouns. You can have a bio. Please have a bio. It drives me crazy when I go to look, someone starts following me and I go to look them up and they have no information about, and I've been doing this whole series around optimizing your profile. You can have up to 80 characters in your bio. Add emojis, that's totally fine, but make sure that you have a bio in there, okay? You can also raise money for a nonprofit. So you can link a nonprofit on TikTok if there's a cause that's important to you. And then you can add your social links, your Instagram and your YouTube can also be linked on here. And make sure you have a photo of yourself, of your face, so people can see that you are a human being, okay? Now, one thing I want you to, Diane, you may not be aware of this, but it appears that most people who have a Facebook account also happen to have a TikTok account without even setting one up. So what you could do is go into TikTok, use the login via Facebook feature, and you'll probably see that you already have an account and you could just go in there and update it. I found myself as a second account on there. I'm like, what the hell? It was connected to my Facebook. So I had to log in via Facebook in order to delete it because people were following me on that. I'm like, that's not my channel. So it had no content there. Right. So just be aware. It's trying to get you to sync your Facebook contacts as well. So be aware of that. Okay.
So what should we do? I mean, I think that's how I got my TikTok account. I just all of a sudden I just click on the icon. All of a sudden I've got an account.
Right. So if you're doing a brand new account, log in via Facebook, and then you can just use that one. It's already there, and just update it. Just go in from there. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now we're going to create a video. So we're going to click on the plus sign down here. And then you can upload a video here. You know, I click this and I can basically upload a video from my phone, and you see I'm always recording videos. So literally we can just take this one. I did this yesterday, playing with the dog. So it's going to take a moment to upload. And you can also add, you'll see there's a thing up there to add photos as well. So you can add videos and photos. Okay. So now it's going to prompt me to come in here, and it'll say add sound. So that's where I click, and it's going to give me recommended sounds or favorites. I'm going to click favorites. And then it's going to show me all the songs that are in here that I have favorited. So I could click, and I've turned off the sound so you guys can't, because otherwise it's going to be weird background noise. So I'm literally just going to pick a song, and you'll come up with a little scissors, which is you can trim the song to what part of the song do you want to use. Okay. You'll see a volume button. That's where, Martin, you're going to want to make sure this is what I'm talking about. When it says added sound, you want to pull that way down, especially if you're talking. If you're not talking, it doesn't matter.
If you're lip syncing, you might want the sound to be loud.
You want this, right? There's not going to be any added sound. Okay, so this is the upload video way, and I'll show you the other way, which is to actually record a video inside the app to do a lip sync or something like that. Okay, I did one of those this morning. Because my whole channel is about marketing, but also profanity. That's who I am. So in this one, I'm not talking, so it doesn't matter where the sound level is, but this is where I'm going to do that. Okay, I'm going to click done, and then you're going to see text. So this is kind of cool because you can do text. So I'm just going to do a little playing with Jax. Okay, so I type it on there, and then if I click this little button here, it's going to give me a variety of different effects, and I can change the colors, I can change the font, I can come in here and do stuff like that. Now, here's another cool feature that a lot of people may not realize. If you click on that, it'll allow you to edit it, set duration, or do a talk to text. So I can set the duration to say, I only want this to show up. And I just take this and I drag this on this part of my video. But I can drag it to anywhere and it will show up as it's playing. Then the text will appear. And I can do that over and over and over and over again and place the text exactly where I want it to go. So when I was talking about original video, I do my text inside of TikTok versus doing it inside of the app, inside of the InShot. Because then I could go on Instagram and then I can overlay the text in that platform. So it's still different. See what I'm saying? When I'm done, I'm satisfied, then I can click that. And then there are options. I can add stickers. I can add effects. There's filters. Adjust clips allows you to trim if you wanted to edit your video inside TikTok, I can trim, start, the end or the beginning, and decide what part of the video I want to be there. I can add captions, which I highly recommend if you are speaking. In order to accommodate our deaf and hard of hearing friends, we want to make sure, and some people will actually watch videos without the sound on. So make sure that you have captions, and you make sure that the captions are correct. I've seen some very funny caption auto, and you're like, that does not match. And sometimes it's very comedic, and it starts to actually, you'll get a lot of views because people will be commenting about how the auto caption worked.
Let me ask you a question about captions. Is there a way to change the way the caption is being delivered? I mean, it's on TikTok, it just kind of comes out kind of small in one way.
The only way to get around that is to upload the video to CapCut and use their auto caption feature that will be on the video when you upload it to TikTok versus TikTok generating the caption. Because then you can change the size, you can add colors, you can do all kinds of fancy things inside of CapCut with the auto caption feature.
That auto caption feature is not on InShot?
No, it is not. You can add text, but you cannot do auto captions. That is a major difference. So depending on the type of video that I'm making and the way that I want it to look, I've done videos where I did auto captions in CapCut, and then ones where I just upload the captions into TikTok. So it kind of
TikTok is not versatile in terms of changing it. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Correct. I mean, you can add your own text, but the auto caption feature is that you can't change the size of that, but you can change the size of it in CapCut, the app. The other thing you can do is you can also do voiceovers. And I did this once when I was making kind of a compilation video where I was kind of telling people about kind of my story and how I got to where I am. And so I had a variety of videos, little clips from a variety of videos that I had on my phone. And I did a voiceover. So I had 0 volume on the videos that I uploaded. And then I did a voiceover where I basically talked into my phone and shared kind of my story. So you can also do that as well.
Yeah. So as a spiritual teacher, sometimes, and I noticed there's some people out there who have like these really pretty kind of visual.
Yes,
videos.
you can have really beautiful video of nature or something like that, and you're sharing a message.
They're voicing over a meditation,
yes,
or something like that.
Yes, I just saw one of those today.
Now, one more question. Are there places to go and get those 3 beautiful videos somewhere?
Yes, Canva.
Got it.
Canva is a great place. And you can, the cool thing about Canva is if you have the app on your phone, right, you can have the video, do a TikTok video. I'm going to tell you right now, even though Canva is all fancy with their TikTok templates, don't fall for it. Your videos will not get any views. Okay. It looks too salesy and people scroll right by. Okay.
What would you use then when you go?
You just do a blank TikTok template, and then you can search for the type of video. So you could do nature, see a video, and look at how much time is there. So it's like, okay, this is 30 seconds. So then you can, and the other thing, you can duplicate the video. So if it's like ocean waves, maybe, right? Mm-hmm. You can just duplicate it and it'll just repeat. So it can give you like 60 seconds. So you can just duplicate it, but create a little TikTok blank template, add in the video, duplicate it for as much time as you want, open up the Canva app on your phone, download it, then upload it to TikTok, and then do your voiceover.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Okay. And
Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Video. So if you're taking your own video, 30 seconds of a nature shot, is there a size limit or recommendation, quality, that type of thing? Is there a number of pixels you're limited to, or that you should be striving for?
You know,
TikTok?
I have not had any issues with anything like that, with size limits or anything. So,
So
as
there's,
long
it's not like if you have a high definition camera that already has that plugged in, you don't need to downscale that because
I don't
it
think
won't
so.
be too big.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be fine.
Okay, thank you.
Should be fine. Yep. And then when you're ready for it to go, then you press next. Then you're going to come to this screen. This is where you can add a description. You can add hashtags. You can tag somebody in your video. And the other feature that's really cool, so remember how I told you I'm doing a series? I can tag other videos in my post. So now I could tag multiple videos that I've done where they could really go watch the entire series in the video. I can tag them in the video. Okay, so then it's gonna ask you who can watch the video. So is that everyone or just your friends or nobody? Are you allowing comments? Can people duet or stitch your video? And I'll explain what that means. And then you have more options if you want to. You can automatically save the video to your phone, but it will save it with the TikTok watermark. So I say no, because I already have the video. Okay. So then you can also, one of the things that I do is I make videos in advance and I save them as a draft. So I don't have to post it right now. I can save it for later. And then I go into my drafts and I'm like, okay, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going to post a video and I already did one earlier. So I'm just going to go ahead and publish it when I want to. So I batch create videos and then I'm like, okay, it's Sunday. It's a lazy day. I still need to be posting content. I'm not going to put my makeup on to just do a TikTok video. So I'm going to go in and grab videos that I've already created because I get multiple ideas at the same time and I'll just do it while I'm already ready to go. Right. Mm-hmm. So save it as a draft. And then then it'll come here into my grid. And this is where I'm going to find my drafts. And then I just click it, post it. Okay. So let's talk about stitches and duets. So let's see here. Here is stitches and duets. Basically, you find a video, and if you click on the arrow button, that's going to take you into, you can send the video to someone. You can either use the little link, which is typically what I do, or you can share it to someone in TikTok. You can share it to someone and it'll say who you're friends with and you can send this video to them. A duet is essentially, it plays their video and you are on camera watching the video. It's a little tricky to be able to speak on the video, especially if there's talking. I want you to use a headset that has a microphone. Otherwise, the feedback is really weird. So be mindful of that. And then a stitch allows you to take a section of someone's video and then it will put it in front of your reply or your commentary. So it'll give you like a few seconds of the video. Let's see here. So stitch. So it's going to give me 5 seconds and I can choose what 5 seconds of her video. So it's going to allow me to kind of move this. So she's talking about something here. And so then when I go to the part that I want, I click next and it's going to pull up me now. So it's going to ask me to record. So her 5 seconds is already in there. Okay. So now I can add more to it. So that's called a stitch.
But what you're doing basically is somebody's posted something that you like and you like it a lot and you want to comment on it. You want to get your 2 cents on about her video.
Correct.
And people probably like that.
They do because it gives them more exposure.
So that's a good thing to do, right?
It is. Yep. So I typically leave my stitches and duets on. The trick is you can only stitch and duet videos that are 60 seconds or less. So it's if it's a 3 video, it doesn't give you the option. So what people will do, this is how people skirt around that, is they will download your video and go into an editing app. And essentially, they can also do a green screen. So let me show you what that looks like. So here's effects. Now I've been saving green screen features because I always like, which one is this? It's kind of hard for me to tell. So basically it turns into this, and then I can choose the background. So where this is like this, I can say, we're going to choose, I did this one yesterday. I was joking around that Keanu Reeves was following me and I was kind of a big deal. It's a fake Keanu Reeves account though, right? So I was being silly. And so you can't see it, but basically my face will appear in here, and this is the background. So you can screenshot something. You can also upload someone's video, but there's a variety of ways. So if you see someone doing a cool effect, it'll tag the effect and you can click on that effect, save it to your favorite so that it's easier to find later. If there's someone's doing a silly face makeup effect, you can, and you're like, oh, that's really fun. I did one that was a drag queen. I loved it. It was so fun. But I saw someone, I'm like, saved it for later. And then when I went in, I could go to my saved features and then go in and basically the saved effects and find it easier for later. Okay. So the one thing I'll say is I did a video one time that kind of went semi-viral, and it had nothing to do with my content, had nothing to do with what I'm about. And so then I got all of these followers that were following me, and they are not my ideal people. So if I see when someone follows me, I go in and make sure they're an actual legitimate person. And if I can tell that they're a spam account, you can remove them as a follower. I don't want fake followers on my account because it can kind of send the wrong, it kind of inflates your following with bots. I don't want that, right? And
yeah, let's talk about that for a minute. How to avoid, I'm never quite sure. I get all these people follow back. And then I'll get these, I mean, I'm a gay man, so I'll get these women half naked, and I'm like, guys, this is the wrong tree you're barking on.
They're spam accounts.
And how do you get them out of your, how do you get,
so when let me come in here.
How do you get them off your account so that you, this is really helpful. Yeah.
Go into your profile and you're going to see your followers and following up here. So you're going to click on followers, and then I can come in here and I see, oh, there's someone without a picture. All right, let's see what they're about. They have 199 followers, 0 picture, 0 videos. Do I want to keep that? No, I don't, because they're following 1,409 people. So that makes me feel like it's a spam account. So then what I can do is click on the 3 dots up in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And then down here, it'll say, remove this follower. You can also block them or report them. So if they're sending you inappropriate messages, you can report them to TikTok and block them. And just so that you don't even have to worry about it later. Okay.
Okay. That's very helpful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do get a lot of people who, and I'm never quite sure, do I follow people? Any other rule? I mean, I really try to follow people that I'm interested in, you know.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is that you just to follow back. TikTok's algorithm, you can basically curate your algorithm based on the type of videos that you like and follow. It will send you and show you more videos around that. So before I follow someone back, I make sure that I actually want to see more of their content.
Okay.
Okay. So just, I mean, I appreciate it, but I may not be interested. Right. And I did a little experiment a while back. I was, my account wasn't really growing and I still had a business account. And so what I did was I created a second account, and the only people that were following me were children. They're not my ideal people. I'm not trying to attract children on this app like that. My content is not for children. So I was like, nope, I'm just going to keep what I have and just continue putting out the content to attract the people that I actually want to attract, and going and engaging with fellow content creators that are doing marketing, that are teaching, coaching, branding, any of that stuff. I go follow them and engage with their content, because and then other people in the comments that I see, I can go check out their profile and go, oh, okay, they have a business. My target audience is business owners. So I'm going to go check out the comments of people talking about business, and I'm going to go see if there are other content creators that I can follow that might want to follow me back, because I'm making content for them. Right. And if they're not a huge creator, they probably will follow me back if they check out my profile and see what I'm about. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. What about following like big names out there? Is that good or not so good, or doesn't matter?
I follow some big creators because I genuinely like their content.
Like I like Mel Robbins a lot. I think she's great.
I love Mel Robbins.
And,
yes.
and this is what I've been doing, and I've been going through and looking at people that I think share content in a way that resonates with me.
Yes.
To learn how I want to share my content.
Exactly.
I think she's one of them. I think she's got. I like the way she shares a story and she goes about it. So I'm like, okay, I want to follow her. And I'm also following some other coaches out there and some other influencers. And there's some people who are also just getting started like me, and I like what they're saying, so I follow them too. That's kind of my approach to it.
Yes. So follow the people that you want to see more from.
I think the overall message you're saying is to go out to it. I'm gonna give you an analogy. Let's say I like the one I talked about earlier about going out on the playground. I'm going out on the playground and to get the whole playground to play around. And I'm looking for people that I want to play with, that want to play with me.
Yep.
And so do it kind of organically. Okay, well, that's the crowd over there that look like people who are interested in the same things I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go over and see what they're all doing.
Yes.
And then you watch what they're doing, and ask them and put things out there in that playground. That particular portion of the playground is playing with.
Yes.
And just don't worry about it. And then if people come into my world and I look at them, and they're like, I don't know why they looking at me. I don't have any. These are not people who I want to play with on the playground.
Yeah. You can remove them as a follower if their content doesn't, you know what I mean? So you can curate that algorithm. And so you'll see more content that you engage with. So typically, I know this is really funny, but there are different sections of TikTok. Okay. So it's just how it is. You have lesbian TikTok. Okay. And they call themselves lesbian TikTok. There are hashtags lesbian TikTok. Okay. I'm definitely on lesbian TikTok. I learned so much, even though I'm not a lesbian. It's a safe place, right? I'm also on LGBTQIA TikTok. I'm not part of the community, but it's a safe place. And I want to be supportive, and I want to learn. I want to listen and be a better ally and advocate and things like that, right? I want to stay in tune with the social issues that are affecting people that are not like myself.
Right. So how do you get to be part of those different groups? How do you get to be part of them?
Because when TikTok started showing me a variety of content, I was like, yes, I want to see more of that, because I want to learn about what issues are impacting other people. So I follow a lot of Black creators because I want to learn, I want to listen and know, right? I need to know what's impacting other people. And then I have comedians that I follow because I love to laugh and I find that hysterical. I follow creators that have dogs because I love dogs. and I
got it.
follow, right? And so just being able to, and then all the cooking, because I love recipes, and being able
Okay.
to save recipes for later that I find interesting.
So it's just back to your, it's back to your, that old thing about I'm on the playground. This is
Yes.
what I like to do.
Who do
like
I want to
cooking.
play with?
Who do
Yeah.
I want to play with today?
Who do I want to play with? Yeah.
And then I'm going to learn some new stuff from. That's great.
Yes.
So as a
Yeah.
gay coach, I would go out. I mean, what about go back to that section about your description of your video. What I've been doing is I've been at a minimum putting in the hashtags of people that I gay coaching. I have one called queer superpowers and things like that that are relative to what I want to talk about. And I try to, and I've been trying to, I don't know if this is necessary, but I've been trying to be somewhat consistent in the hashtags.
Consistency is key.
Yeah.
So right, for my marketing tips, I do hashtag 52 marketing tips. And so every video that I do has that same hashtag. So that way, in the event someone clicks on it, all of my videos about those marketing tips will populate.
So if I'm always giving out people on tips on how to tap into your queer superpowers, I've got a hashtag that says queer superpowers or queer superpowers.
Keep it.
Always put that in there in this thing.
If the videos are related to queer superpowers.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. So kind of make the hashtags relevant to the video. Now, here's something funny. There is a comedian that I follow. She is a queer lesbian comedian. And every video she does, she puts hashtag gay, hashtag fart. And I couldn't remember her name. And she looks like Jim Carrey, the female version of Jim Carrey. Okay. And I was like, oh, I can't remember her name. So I literally looked up hashtag fart because I remembered seeing her hashtag. I'm like, gay fart? What the hell is that about? And that's how I was able to find her, was because she puts it in every single video. So if I'm out there talking about people how to get into their queer superpowers, that would be that. If I'm doing a voiceover to a nice serene, it's more has to do with more of my spiritual teaching. You could still put queer superpowers in there.
Because that is how you step into your superpowers, you know?
Yeah, right. I wouldn't probably do it on a dancing lip sync. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless it was really kind of related to that.
Well, I mean, one of the things as a little boy, I used to love to put on the music and sing to Donna Ross doing "Stop in the Name of Love."
Of course,
that's the way I wake up sometimes. That would be
So let me show you how to do that. So when you start a video, you can also start by adding the sound first. Okay, so
Can you? Is there a way to search for sound? Like if I say I wanted to find "Stop in the Name of Love" by Donna Ross and see if they have.
Yes. So you can go add sound. So here's my video screen. Add sound. Okay, and then there's a search bar. So I could say "Stop in the Name of Love," and then it's going to bring up here all of the sounds with that title, and I can listen to make sure it's the right one. Okay. I go ahead and you can either mark it as a favorite or you can go ahead and say, yes, that's the one I want to use. Then what it's going to do is load the song up here. And now I can record my video. And this is where I could do a lip sync, but I'm going to press the record button right here. But this is where I could record a lip sync. This is where I could do a dance. And you just press this, like it kind of becomes your stop button. Okay. And then it's going to say, are you done? And you're going to say, not done yet. And then it's kind of tricky. I'm not going to lie, which is why I typically don't. And let's see here. There is.
Can you do these lip syncs in something like InShot and CapCut?
It's harder because you want to be able to sing along right into the music that's right in the app. Right.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Or what if I'm just going to be like, let's just say, well, let's just take the scenario. I decided I'm going to show people, this is how I used to step this is how I tapped my queer superpowers when I was a little boy. And it's all of a sudden Donna Ross in the Springs and I'm going, stop in the name of love.
Yeah. So this is what I would do. Set up a tripod. put on a timer for like 10 seconds, get yourself ready, and then say start recording, and it's going to give you a countdown, and then the music will start, and then it'll start recording once the timer is has counted down all the way. And then when you're done,
that's
right?
very, very helpful. That's very, very helpful.
Right.
I wonder how people do that.
Once you've done it, you can go into adjust clips and trim off where you went back to the camera to turn it off, or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
or whatever. So, okay.
So unfortunately, we're back up at the hour. And I would love for you to come back and do another one of these, because this has been so helpful. If you want to, I'd love to have you come up. You even got to decide that right here in the moment.
Yeah, I'm always happy to come and help. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's great. This has been super.
Yeah.
Very super.
I'm not an expert, but I've been doing it for about a year. So I've kind of learned a lot along the way. And I follow TikTok experts that, give out a really good advice. And so I'm happy to share what I've learned, because that's really just learning from my own experience and sharing that.
And isn't that exactly what we do as change agents in the world? We share what we know so that we can raise that vibrational frequency up into that higher level of love.
Yes.
And that's exactly what we're doing. So if people want to get to know you and meet you directly, what's the simplest, most direct way to people to find you?
So they can literally search my name, Elaine Turso, all over the interwebs. On TikTok, I am Elaine The Brain Turso. And on Facebook, I'm Elaine The Brain Turso. But I'm all over the place. My website is elaineturso.com. All of my platforms are there. So come and find me. I'm happy to help, give advice, whatever I can do to help somebody.
Well, I know before, the reason why you're here is because we met in UE, and you've been helping me with my TikTok, and it's been so helpful. That's why I wanted to have you on the show to help other people, because there are a lot of people who have a lot of information, but you've got a really lovely way of presenting it and teaching in a way that's very easy to understand and digest and put into practice. So I want to appreciate that and just acknowledge that about what you, and I'm just really grateful that you came here and did our weekly live workshop today inside our Facebook group. And we typically don't post these publicly, but if you don't mind, I'm going to post this on my YouTube channel publicly, so that you can share it with yours and all that kind of stuff. But I think this has really been a very, very good presentation of how to get through the basics of. I just have one more last question that just hit me. Is, other than the hashtags in the description, would you put anything else?
A short description of your video.
Okay.
Yeah. Short description of your video.
Something like how to.
Sure. Yes. Definitely.
I understand how to is the most searched word out there.
It is. Yeah. So you could do how to. And because if people, one of the things that happens to me sometimes, and I get very upset with myself, is that you can search all of your liked videos. And if I forget to like a video and I want to go find the video again, so I might put in keywords or something like that in order to find the video again. And so if there is no description, it may not find the video that I was looking for. So that is something to be aware of. Make it easy for people to find you. That is my whole thing about optimizing your profiles, is let's make it easy for people to find you.
Well, that's the whole point. The whole point is to be discovered, right?
Yes. So optimize your profiles. I have a freebie on my website that'll teach them how to do it, a whole checklist.
I'm going to look at that too.
Yes. I'll send it to you, because it's a whole checklist for all the platforms. And I even did a video going through it. So.
Matter of fact, if you send it to me, when we post the video up on YouTube, I'll put it into the notes so that people can click on it and get to you that way. It's another way.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay.
Well, thank you so much. I just enjoyed getting a good time with you, and you've been just a delightful guest and presenter, and this has been so helpful. Thank you. And thank you for those who joined us today. And if you're watching the replays, just if you have questions, just send me a comment or send Elaine a comment. We'd be love to try to get your question answered in a good way, so you can get the best use out of this TikTok as you can. I'm just finding it fascinating, and I'm 67 years old, so if I can learn it,
it's become my favorite platform.
So one more thing, just curious, about how much time, I mean, you can't make it all about me. I can't just go there and post Martin.
Yep.
I got to go. What I'm realizing is but I can get sucked in. I got to set a watch. I can all of a sudden find myself spending 2 hours, 3 hours
yeah.
talking to people on TikTok.
Yeah.
And that's not always a very productive way to spend my day. But how much time do you spend engaging with people on social media through videos and TikTok and stuff?
Too much time. I would say, so I kind of have a rule, and is that when I'm at my desk, I am not scrolling on TikTok, because otherwise I will not get any work done. So my desk area is for working. So I leave my desk to go eat lunch, and I give myself permission to scroll TikTok while I'm eating lunch, and, you know, just mindlessly scroll, give myself a brain break. And then after dinner, so I kind of have like, those are kind of, and if I wake up early in the morning and I'm just laying in bed being a lazy bum, I might scroll and see what happened overnight or something like that. But I kind of give myself those like 3 little times during the day. And yeah, so it's just, I just like to consume content and see. I love people's creativity. It always inspires me. And I learn so much really great information. I think my husband is tired of me saying, I saw this TikTok video. And he's like, oh God, not again.
I think what you're saying is, you know, the TikTok can be a fun playground and it can grow your business, but treat it like a playground. When you're working, you know, stick to your work and stick to your
focused on work.
Work, and then when you've got
downtime,
or I can see it's a productive part of the day. If you said, okay, I'm going to spend an hour in the morning putting together TikTok videos and sending them out.
Right, that's different than scrolling and getting sucked into the rabbit hole, right?
Yeah. Well, I could just talk for hours, but we've already gone over, so I'm gonna end it here and just say thank you so much to you, and thank you to all the people who are listening, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.
Thanks, Martin. Have a great day.
Thank you.